Right, the boys are, yeah, I didn't quite realise they were bringing it all in one go, but I'll get you some footage before they're done. They're bringing 5 loads today, this morning, and then 5 later on this afternoon. Anyway, we're getting this barn floor done. I only rang them yesterday. They rang us back, wanted an answer. Can we come tomorrow? Yes, you can. Anyway, 10 loads going in this barn. It needed building up fairish. This is some beautiful stuff. This is chalk. It's yeah, it goes, we've used it before in some of the other barns. We'll get the roller on it. There's another lorry just about to come in. Anyway, they'll get it level in here. They'll use the level. There was a big hole in the back there, so they just put a little bit of stone in there just so we don't use so much chalk. It's got to come up, farmer said, on the average about 6 inches across the whole lot, but it was a foot deep over in the corner there, and that's where they where the cows stand and eat out the troughs back there. So we removed the troughs so we can get in here and do a nice job. We had a load come a couple of years ago, and it was full of flints, which wasn't terrible, but I can see this stuff is nice and clean. Anyway, the man's going to tip it. We hired a small digger just because of the big digger. We didn't want to damage our new roof in here. Anyway, it rained yesterday, not a massive amount, but enough to test the roof, and it was all dry, and it was perfect actually. But this man's just unlocking the doors. We used chalk in some of these other sheds, and it just goes down beautiful. We'd like to concrete it, but it's about 4 times as much. No, I wouldn't say 4 times. It's about 3 times as much money to concrete. We will eventually concrete these barns, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And all these lumps, we'll get a roller, we'll go and hire a roller, and these all just powder down to nothing. The guys will get a level finish, we'll get a roller in. We'll come and have a look later on, see how they're getting on. There you go. Got the old parachutes plane coming over now, look. They'll get that spread out, get it level. Then we'll vibrate and whacker it down with a big vibrating roller. I'll show you that later on. But then Farmer and Keithy are going to be working on that. Me and Robbo were, oh yeah, we had a day, we had like a bit of a maintenance day. It was wet. So we've been moving a bit of stock around. We noticed one of our ring hitches on one of the trailers last year was getting worn pretty bad. So we've got that off the brindle trailer there. And I think we're going to do this one. This one weren't as bad, but next year we'll want doing anyway. And they just wear underneath. This one ain't as bad as the other one, but I think we're just going to cut that off and weld a new one on there. Robbo's got a few packs here. You always get it, especially this end of the year, you always get it. You'll get packs with bottoms that aren't quite so good, or you get a few bales within a pack that just aren't quite so good. And what we do is basically sort out all the goods into a pack. They can go back in the shed. Arcusin have sent us a bracket. I'm not sure too sure where it goes. Farmer seems to think he knows where it goes. Anyway, we're going to repack a load of bales. All the bad bales will get put in the corner of a barn somewhere, and when the cows come in, they will go as bedding or as feed, if they're good enough for feed. So we're going to try and keep all the mess in one place, because there will be a bit of mess here. This is Linda's tool. She likes to use this one. What we're going to focus on good? Focus on a pack of good first?
Yeah.
We'll put a pile of rubbish together.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Let's get this all going again. PTO goes on. Don't need crazy RPM for this. 300 will do it. Ready? Right, I will go out and help them. Everything here, okay, what? Everything on the top's good?
Well, on these packs, yeah.
Okay. Well, we just check them one by one like we did the other day.
On all of them, it's either the whole top layer or the whole bottom layer skin.
Okay.
So many.
No. You will.
A bit of a mess here.
Yeah.
All the floor bales was a bit loose.
Yeah.
A lot of dog things sitting.
Yeah. This was a new machine to us last year. We had an Arcusin before this one. This one's just got some simple design changes. But we're just packing all the good bales together, put them in a stack, and then we pack all the rubbish together. They'll get moved to another shed where they'll store over winter, and when the cows come back in, they'll be used as bedding, or as, if they're good enough, they'll be used as food. And we always need a load of bales. And they don't have to be perfect, but where we sheet up the hay stacks, we always put a layer of bales, and they're perfectly good enough for that. They're just a little bit coloured on the bottoms, or yeah, basically just they've just been coloured, and then they look terrible. Most of the bale is good, but two more going in. But yeah, customers won't have them if they're discoloured or whatever. So yeah, they get used for another day. There's always a bit of sorting to do. Line one. Got to watch everything obviously. We'll let another one out and then Rob will pick 3 up. Right, there we go. Now Rob will come in with the telehandler, move those packs. He'll get out of the way. We were going to lay them out all on the concrete, but there'll just be a mess. So we're trying to keep all the mess in one place. Anyway, you can make a load of good packs out of bad, if you know what I mean. All the bad bales then stay together. They get used somewhere else, whether it be for cow food or whatever. I love this machine. Yeah, they made some simple upgrades to this machine this year, and chalk and cheese. Mainly within the chute, the way the chute, the delivery of bales in the chute is just so much better. It will not let it. The old one, you had to control the feed of the bales, and now it's all done with sensors. It won't overfeed itself, and you could have bales just where if you fed them too close together, they would bundle off on the feeder housing on the corner, and then you'd have to get off and stop the machine. But with this one, yeah, the only problem is on the corners. Linda has a bit of trouble on the corners trying to get them into the mouth of the feeder. But apart when she's on the rows straight up and down, it just feeds itself. It's just beautiful. Yeah, we like the old version, but this one's just noticeably a little bit better. So it was the changes we wanted to see on the scale that we're doing. So it was yeah, good. But there'll be plenty of footage with this thing in the field, greasing up. The one thing I would advise, if you're buying one of these, get an auto luber or an auto greaser for the knotters, because that is just horrendous getting in there with the knotters. It's doable, but when there's 5 knotters to luber and there's 5 greasers on each knotter, they do a automatic lubrication system like on the balers, where you can just lube them all in one go. So I would advise you to get that if you're going to get one. You're taking the top layer of one pack and the bottom layer of another. So whatever you do, it's fiddly, but you can. These are all, you'll see. There's just there'll be marks on them, and for the most part, they look pretty good. You know, they feed cattle all day long. But all of that is summer stock now. This side is a lay mix, and the other side is a meadow mix. The meadow mix, that will, you know, by the end of summer, that will all be gone. This stuff, yeah, there might be a little bit left at the end of summer. Anyway, yes, this stuff we'll put in a barn until we need it. When we put the sheets up on the meadow hay, we'll use it as an edge on along the top of the barn there, so none of it gets wasted. Yeah, it just it'll feed something or it'll bed something if there's too much left over. The guys are just spreading chalk in the barn there. Once they've done that and put the floor down level, it'll all get moved in there and it's sitting there until the cows come back in, or we need it at the top of the barn. So yeah, pretty good. We've got some sheets to pick up now. We'll pick up the good sheets, reuse the good ones. Any of the bad sheets we will get recycled, and yeah, it'll be a good job then. We just pick up the loose straw and the loose hay. It'll be job done. What was his welding job like then, Rob?
Hey?
What was his welding like? Good?
It'll do. No, it's good. Good job.
I'll show you the old one. Well, I probably won't show you the old one actually, because it wanted replacing, let's just say that. This is the dolly off the brindle trailer. Anyway, we noticed that the hook was getting thin around the hook, so yeah, under close inspection it was a good job we changed it. Farmer had to cut the old one off. We had this up in the air, we literally flip it over, took the mud guards off so we didn't damage the mud guards, flipped her over and then hooked on some chains, and then Farmer welded it all in the workshop. But yeah, she's all gone back together. So, I don't know if we can see the welds under there. There they are. Yeah, we've done a nice job. Anyway, well, right, we're going to do another one, because it's not exactly dangerous or anything like that, but next year it will want doing anyway, so we're gonna do it while we got time. You alright?
Yeah, I wonder what that was.
They go dry, so you got to keep them lubricated with a bit of grease. Anyway, we shall get this one's pretty dry. We will might just scrape off the rubbish and then put some fresh on there. If you're a brickie, mate, you shouldn't be at work right now.
Yeah, it's gone fucking half free now. They spend half day sat in the van doing fuck all day.
Oh, you will upset someone, you will.
Hey? I don't give a I don't care. They're useless, they don't do it cheap a lot in a day.
Did a better job, wasn't it?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh. Whoa! It's quite satisfying actually.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Awesome.
You're loving that, aren't you?
Yeah.
It looks like you're stuffing it into some old dude's crack.
I thought you were about to say some old deer's crack.
No.
Fuck it up. Ah, it's just fascinating.
Alright, we good?
Yeah.
Mate, stop.
What, you think I'm enjoying it a bit much?
Feel like a trucker right now, Rob, I'm not gonna lie.
What are you, a trucker man?
Yeah. Me and Robbo's had a good day. We got all the sheets up, put in a heap, and the boys are using the 4-in-1, so we'll get all this loose picked up, and then yeah, get the floor leveled off a little bit, and it'll be time to go. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Right there then, I'm going to pull it forward,
Eh?
just to make sure it's locked. You ready?
Yeah, give it a shunt back.
Good, isn't it? Anyway, you always get, before you lift your wheels up on your trailer, you always give it a shunt forward and backwards, and sometimes they won't be fully locked and the wheels will pull out, and if that happens, then if the trailer's right up, then the trailer drops down onto the floor. So you always give it a little shunt, make sure it's on. Anyway, that's a good job. We're going to do the other trailer now. We'll get the other fifth wheel unhooked. Me and Robbo will flip it over and we'll shove it in the workshop, ready for Farmer. I don't know why he's messing about that. The boys around the back leveling the chalk. I would expect they'll be getting on. He's even had some new lights on the back. Farmer put some new lights on the back. The boards are pretty good. They're good enough for this year. It's got some LEDs on there now as well, so nice and bright. And yeah, it's good to go, this one. That's it. Not bad. Go on, loads of room now. Okay. Huh. How do we get this one off then, Robbo?
This one's going to be fun, I can tell. Got socket. Got to stop it on that with the impact gun.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. Let's do that. Leaving that in there, or do you want it tipped out? Yeah, I'll put it in the dries. Yeah.
We'll have a bit more in there, there's a bit more to go.
Yeah. Not bad, is it?
What I said to an email, you'll be able to pop it off it, mate. I reckon we'll have enough to do that on the shed.
That'll do, won't it? Yeah, that'll do, won't it? Yeah, go on. Yeah, you got it. You got it. That's it. Sweet. That's the easy bit, right? When you turn them back the other way, when they go on their wheels, it wants to. I had to go and get some blocks again because it started pirouetting right yesterday when I turned that other one over. You can see the wear on that now. Look, that did want doing. Look, Rob.
Ain't far behind that other, was it?
No. Well, it started pirouetting and then facing the teleporter, and you don't have enough reach, and then if the wheels catch, it's going to swing right back into you. I think they're thicker altogether, these. Yeah, they're a bit thicker, look. So it should last a little bit longer. Anyway, farmer will cut this off, cut all the welds off, peel it off. That will go in the metal recycling. And then he will stick that on there and weld all the way around that so it's nice and strong. He'll have to do something with a foot. He might make a bigger foot actually, because these little foots sometimes are a pain. Might have to weld that back onto the thing. Might make a bigger foot as well. So that's going to have a little bit of work. That's too big for you, Robbo. Should have got you a smaller one. Should have got you a smaller one. Big boy one.
Well, this is the big one.
Yeah, you shouldn't be driving that. You've got to be 12. You got the vibrator on? Feel it now. That's a good job in here, isn't it, Keithy? Yeah. Yeah. Nice stuff, isn't it? That's a smart job in here, isn't it? Backwards doesn't have it.
Got vibrator, Bob.
Yeah.
That's better. It makes a difference, doesn't it? It's good in here, isn't it? Right. It's the end of the day again. Keithy and Farmer have they've had another go at levelling up some chalk. I've had one of those days where I just feel like I haven't done anything, but I've been busy, but I don't know. Anyway, right, this barn is yeah, right up together. Brand new roof gone on, and Robert spent the morning just consolidating the chalk down. There's a few lumps, these will break up over time, but yeah, we've picked this floor up about wow, in that back corner we actually put some stone in there first. That's actually been risen a foot back there. There was a low point all the way back through here, so it's all been picked up. There's about 6 inches of chalk all the way over, and yeah, what a tidy job. every year there's going to be, you know, because the cattle will come in here, you know, October time, where they feed out the front, there's always going to be, they're always going to make a bit of a divot here. So we just buy in a couple of loads of chalk each year, level it off before we stick anything in here. They had enough chalk where they could do the end of this barn, which we wasn't intending on doing. So it was a nice little added bonus. And we filled in some holes along the front of this shed where the cattle feed. There was a bit of a drop in here. We were thinking of concreting it this year, but we didn't get to it, and we had some chalk left over, so this is where it went. It was a bit, yeah, there's a bit of a hole in that corner over there, so that's been risen. And everything runs that way, so if we have any rain come in, and we've got some, we will use these areas for product, we sheet them down, so if there's any rain, at least it's all going to run, you know, it's running back this way. So farmer wants to just roll this one small time in the morning, just pack it down a bit more. We've done the front of this shed as well, and the guys had a little bit left over to fill a hole in the other shed. So yeah, not bad. There was a big hole in here just where the cattle stand and feed. That's totally normal. But this shed, we did the same thing with this shed, I don't know how many years ago, 4 years ago maybe, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And it's just, yeah, it's just done what we wanted it to do. It's a cheap floor at the end of the day, and it's easy maintenance. Every year, you know, if you've got cattle in here and you're in here taking muck out, you might make a few scratches and marks on it. So, but it's easy maintenance. You know, get everything out, put a couple of loads in, just level it off, and away you go again. Roll it all down. This is a hired roller. That's going back tomorrow. Anyway, tomorrow we're heading up to Alice's to have a look at his grain store. We'll get that cleaned out, ready for summer, because it's going to shower about for the next 2 days. So while it's raining, we can go and do that, get that cleaned out. So we just got set up for that. We've got one trailer left over of chalk. We're going to fill some holes along some tracks and put some planings over top. And we had a little bit left over here, so that there was a little bit of a gully in here where we're in and out with the teleporter all the time. So yeah, they've just risen that up back up to where it should be. This shed's pretty much ready to go. The sheets, the real bad ones like that, that'll probably get taken down, that one. But we put new sheets all the way along the back. There'll be sheets along the face of the hay and sheets this side. Just keeps the colour of the hay a little bit better. Might have took it in the tunnel.
That way it is. Alright. Okay.
These things are a nightmare. You let them go and ping. They never go back in how they manage. You have to sort of stump them up. Bye-bye. Come on. Oh. That's it. They're in. Good. That was a nice easy one. We're up at Alistair's grain store, just been cleaning out. We're all done now. We've had a good day actually. We got on really well. We're a bit ahead of schedule. It usually takes us a bit longer, but we've had 4 of us here, so we've got on quite well. Anyway, we have to roll these. All these sections are inside the tunnel there. There's 2 giant fans inside a little room at the end. They blow down this tunnel, and then from this tunnel you've got hatches on the inside, and you can blow. There's 2 sides of the grain store. Usually there's 2 crops up at this one, but with one side being in overwinter stubbles, there's only going to be 1 crop. We have completely filled one of these before with wheat, and the winter wheat looks not too bad here, so we might need the other side as a bit of an overflow. So we've cleaned out both sides. It's got heaters in there as well. He's got 2 heaters, 2 massive fans in there. You can cool it, you can dry it. You can control each individual tunnel, so if you've only got grain up to here, you can just blow this part of the shed. You can blow both parts. You know, you can control which parts of the shed you want to blow. If you're bringing in wet stuff first and then you've got some dry stuff, you know, you can just control where you're blowing it and what you're blowing. So yeah, it's a nice shed anyway. It's all cleaned out, ready to go. We've had enough for the day. And yeah, that's probably going to do it anyway. We've got to get ready for TB tests, so there'll be gates going up on Sunday, getting ready for TB test. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.